It's Thursday, September 19th. Bob Price on Canada's Business Beat. And this, the newest evidence in that finding a job has certainly become a lot more difficult than it used to be. StatsCan reporting that back in July, the number of Canadians collecting regular employment insurance was up for the third straight month, showing a gain of a little more than 2%, bringing the total to 489,000 or 44,000 more than a year ago. New Brunswick showing an eye-popping EI increase of nearly 24%, followed by Alberta at 4.8. An unwanted spotlight on Canada's oil and gas sector when it comes to greenhouse gas emissions. The Canadian Climate Institute finding that while the country's overall emissions are down about 8% since 2005, oil and gas pollution keeps on rising and now accounts for around 31% of Canada's overall emissions total. Thank you for choosing one of Canada's most listened to business podcasts, updated Monday through Friday and heard around the world on X and wherever you get your favorite podcasts, including Apple and Spotify. Canada's Business Beat. The more you listen, the more you know in only 2 minutes. You'd have to think that Canada's Airlines will challenge this one. A pitch from the Canadian Transportation Agency to bill the carrier $790 for every customer complaint the industry regulator has to investigate. The CTA wanting to recover 60% of the cost stemming from those probes. Sleep Country Canada's sale to a financial holding firm has now been put to bed. Company shareholders voting to approve the $1.7 billion agreement with Fairfax Financial, the deal to close in the final 3 months of this year. Don't be surprised if this pushes the Canadian dollar a touch higher. The U.S. Fed voting to trim the country's key interest rate by half a point, while also hinting that another 50 basis point drop is likely before the end of the year. And the latest update on Canada's high-end real estate market, Royal LePage noting that while luxury home sales are generally softer, prices are still on the rise for the most part. Halifax up the most in the past year at 8.6%, Toronto ahead by 3.9%, Vancouver, though, down a bit, with sales plummeting by nearly 39%. And that will do it for your Thursday. Thank you for listening. Bob Price on Canada's Business Beat.